time is 6:15. Here is the news edited by Durmin Samarasinghe, read by Victor Raj. Here are the headlines of the local news. Chairman of the Presidential Task Force on One Law, One Country says that he will be committed to achieve the goals of the task force. Indian Air Force will assist to transport nano-fertilizer. Public transport services are to become normal in next few days. The number of corona recoveries increases. Sri Lanka Podujana Peramana will celebrate its 5th anniversary tomorrow. Foreign news: world leaders are under pressure to avoid climate catastrophe. Sports: ICC Men's T20 World Cup. Sri Lanka will play against England tonight. Local news in detail. Chairman of the Presidential Task Force on One Law, One Country, Venerable Galagada Atte Gnanasarathera says that he will be committed to achieve the goals of the task force. He pointed out a person should not be treated indifferently or in a special way due to race, religion, caste or other factors before law. He said that the task force is prepared to listen to all views about the legal framework. The Thera mentioned this during media briefing, which was held over video technology at President's Media Centre this morning. Sri Lanka Transport Board says that an entire fleet of buses will be deployed in next few days. Interprovincial bus services commenced last night. Deputy General Manager of the SLTB, Panduka Swarna Hansa, requested the public to strictly follow health guidelines when travelling in buses. Meanwhile, Chairman of the Private Bus Owners Association, Gyamunu Vijayaratne, said that a limited number of private buses are operated between the provinces today. Railway General Manager Dhammika Jayasundara said 152 trains were planned to be operated tomorrow. The Health Minister says 294 more coronavirus patients have recovered and discharged within last 24 hours. This brings the total COVID-19 recoveries in the country to 513,092. Meanwhile, 14,238 patients are undergoing medical treatment, while the tally of the COVID-19 cases recovered in the country stands at 541,073. The 5th anniversary of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramana falls tomorrow. The ceremony will be held with a limited number of people under the theme Towards Prosperity with Pride. The ceremony will be held tomorrow morning under the patronage of Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa at the Nelumpokuna Theatre. This news comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Sri Lanka Insurance, like a father, like a mother.
Continuing with more local news, High Commissioner of India to Sri Lanka Gopal Bagle said paid a courtesy call on Speaker Mahinda Abewadhan in Parliament today. Secretary General of the Parliament Dhammika Desanayake was also present on the occasion. The Indian High Commissioner commended the government for being able to control the prevailing COVID situation. Meanwhile, the Speaker extended his gratitude to the Government of India for its continued support to Sri Lanka. The Appeals Court has ordered the Attorney General to submit the confidential report which contributed to withdraw indictments against former Navy Commander Vasantha Karannagoda to court tomorrow. The order was given when a petition seeking to issue a writ order nullifying the decision to withdraw indictments against Mr. Karannagoda was heard today. That ends local news.
Just as love and freedom are important to a child, so too is knowledge. Encouraging their pursuit of knowledge is our most important responsibility as parents.
Sri Lanka Insurance Minimuthu education plans ensure a secure future for your child with a higher education fund, comprehensive protection and a range of additional covers. Minimuthu education plans for children who dare to dream. Sri Lanka Insurance, like a father, like a mother.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Minister Mahindananda Alutgamage said the Indian Air Force has agreed to transport Indian liquid nano nitrogen fertilizer recommended for use in agriculture. He said that the decision to import liquid nano nitrogen fertilizer by air was taken due to the delays in shipping. Accordingly, 6 Indian planes will arrive in Sri Lanka carrying nano nitrogen fertilizer today.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
This is Watchlight.
Water supply to several areas in the Gampaha district has been suspended for 12 hours from 10 a.m. today. National Water Supply and Drainage Board said the water cut is in place until 10 p.m. today. Water supply to Siembalape, Watta, Biagama, Delgoda, Udupila, Akurumulla, Demalagama, Kanduboda, Dekatana, Pelahela, Indomulla, Dompe, Narangwala, Valivaria and Ratupashwala areas has been suspended. The Water Board has requested the public to call the hotline 1939 for further information. That ends Watchlight.
Coming up, World News.
World News headlines first. World leaders are under pressure to avoid climate catastrophe. Attacker targets train crowded due to Halloween. Wax declared Oxford English Dictionary's Word of the Year. World News in detail. Global leaders attending the COP26 summit in Glasgow are set for tense negotiations over how we tackle climate change. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, the conference's host, has warned that the world is at 1 minute to midnight. Major economies, including China, India and Brazil, face pressure to toughen their commitments on issues like coal and deforestation. Tokyo police say a man arrested in connection with the Sydney's train attack in the Japanese capital has told investigators he targeted the train because it would be crowded due to Halloween. Hattori Kyoto, aged 24, allegedly stabbed a 72-year-old passenger with a knife on a Keio Line train near Kokuryo Station in the western Tokyo city of Chofu. Police say after the stabbing, the knife-wielding suspect moved into other cars as people were fleeing. Wax has been chosen as the word of the year by the lexicographs at the Oxford English Dictionary. Words related to vaccines have spiked in frequency in 2021 due to COVID, with doubled vaxxed, unvaxxed and anti-vaxxer all seeing a surge in use. Oxford English Dictionary senior editor Fiona Macpherson says Vax was an obvious choice as it has made the most striking impact. To wrap up the world news, let's take a look at the headlines. World leaders are under pressure to avoid climate catastrophe. Attacker targets train crowded due to Halloween. Vax declared Oxford English Dictionary's Word of the Year. That ends world news.
Development News.
12 development projects have been implemented in Balapitiya, Ratgama and Benthara areas at a cost of more than 170 million rupees. The Urban Development Authority is implementing the projects which include walking paths, town beautification and renovation of canals. That ends development news.
Moving on with sports news.
Sri Lanka will play against England in another ICC Men's T20 World Cup match today. The match is scheduled to begin at 7:30 p.m. local time in Sharjah. Football news. Tottenham have sacked head coach Nuno Espirito Santos after only 4 months in charge following Saturday's 3-0 home defeat by the Manchester United. Spurs have lost 5 of their past 7 Premier League matches. They were 8th in the table and 10 points behind leaders Chelsea. The Portuguese, aged 47, was named Spurs manager in June after 4 years at Wolves. That ends the sports news.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners. From October 1st, 2021 to September 30th, 2022. Remit a minimum of $100 or an equivalent amount in any foreign currency through NSB U Trust for 6 months consecutively. Send more money and increase the chances of winning.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
BPPL Holdings plc announced today its unaudited financial results for the 6 months period April 21st to September 21. April 21 to September 21. Net earnings for the 6 months period were 226 million rupees, up by a steady 16% compared to the 195 million rupees recorded in the previous year. Growth was largely driven by the robust 46% increase in revenue. That ends Business News.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Cash through NSB globally and win wonderful gifts locally. Will you be the lucky winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee? 50 gold sovereigns for the top prize winner of the NSB Golden Jubilee. Scooters for the 10 second prize winners. iPhones for the 10 third prize winners. Mountain bikes for the 29 fourth prize winners.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Headline inflation, as measured by the year-on-year change in the Colombo Consumer Price Index, increased to 7.6% in October 2021 from 5.7% in September 2021. This was driven by the monthly increase of prices of items in both food and non-food categories. Food inflation increased to 12.8% in October 2021 from 10% in September 2021. Non-food inflation increased to 5.4% in October 2021 from 3.8% in September 2021.
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, brings Nanasa app, a trilingual educational mobile app for online learning with video-based lessons from grade 1 to A levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with the Nanasa app. No subscription fees. Download via Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei Store or Windows. Dialogue, the future today.
Met Department says that the low pressure area is still persisting in the vicinity of Sri Lanka. Showers or thundershowers will occur at times in western, Sabaragamu and southern provinces. Showers or thundershowers will occur at several places elsewhere, particularly during the evening or night. Heavy showers above 100 mm can be expected at some places in the western, Sabaragamu, southern, central and north-central provinces. That ends Weather Report.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, brings Nanasa app, a trilingual educational mobile app for online learning. With video-based lessons from grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with the Nanasa app. No subscription fees. Download via Google Play Store, App Store, Huawei Store or Windows. Dialogue, the future today.
Recap of headlines to wrap up the evening news broadcast on Radio Sri Lanka. Chairman of the Presidential Task Force on One Law, One Country says that he will committed to achieve the goals of the task force. Indian Air Force will assist to transport nano fertilizer. Public transport services are to become normal in next few days. The number of corona recoveries increases. Sri Lanka Podujana Peramana will celebrate its 5th anniversary tomorrow. Foreign news, world leaders are under pressure to avoid climate catastrophe. Sports news, ICC Women's T20 World Cup, Sri Lanka will play against England tonight. With that, we wrap up the evening news broadcast on Radio Sri Lanka. Back to my good friend and yours, Maria Lavandot.